What is up, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is George if you haven't met me before. And 1 year ago, I started a weight loss transformation journey. I'm doing this video to do kind of like a 1 year review or 1 year recap of that journey and essentially just tell you what I learned along the way. Now, I did already do a transformation recap video, and I'll link that in the top right-hand corner for you guys to check that video out if you haven't seen it already. But I wanted to do a 1 year recap of more of the mental side of the journey and more of what I learned along the way as far as myself and just looking back on 1 year later. In hindsight, I'm really grateful that I decided to take that leap and try to transform myself because, transforming myself physically was only a cascading effect into my mental and emotional sides as well. I was able to really learn so much about myself mentally, what I'm capable of as far as dedicating myself to something, and just mentally being able to block all distractions out and just commit to what I've set for myself to be those markers that I need to achieve to get to the end goal. Whether it was going to the gym at a specific time on a specific day, or whether it was eating a certain type of food or a certain amount of food, and just blocking all out distractions and blocking all the other voices in my head or even externally that were saying like, oh, like, don't worry about that. Like you can just indulge, you can just enjoy yourself. It's like, no, I absolutely can't, because I've been doing that for the past years. And if I actually want to improve my future years, I need to block out all distractions, block out everything, and just mentally be in the zone and just do what I committed to, no excuses. So that's one thing that I learned how to do really well in the past year. And the other is my emotional side. So I definitely struggled with self-confidence. I definitely struggled with just not being able to control my emotions very well. And, I've really been able to improve that a lot. I would say, I definitely say I'm more emotionally stable. I don't know if that's because of actual like hormones being more balanced now. I did get my blood work done recently, and the doctor was definitely very happy with all the results that came back. It's possible that, losing 65 pounds has definitely improved things like testosterone and hormones and stuff like that. That has probably honestly made me more of a balanced individual now when it comes to my emotions. And I definitely have improved a lot when it comes to self-confidence. And that's not just something that I have noticed, but also something that people close to me in my life have also noticed as well and voiced to me. So a great way to improve your self-confidence, definitely go on a weight loss journey if you feel like you're overweight and you're struggling in that department, because it definitely helped me out a lot. And it's not just a vain thing like, oh, you look better now, so you think more of yourself. It's like it literally just stabilizes and just balances your hormones so that you can feel like more of a normal person. And no one's truly normal. I think everyone's a bit crazy. Everyone's got stuff going on, like normal is such a blanket term, but I definitely feel much more improved and much more stable and balanced as an individual. And talking about the vain physical side of it for a second, yeah, you know what? The reality is it does feel better to just look better. I'm sorry if that's going to ruffle some feathers, but in my opinion, I have this ideal figure in my mind of what a strong man should look like. And the closer and closer that I get to that sort of image in my head, like I do feel better about myself. And that's just a fact that I don't think anyone can avoid. There has been this ideal figure throughout history. You look at statues of David, you look at murals or paintings or whatever, like it's always muscular, strong men. And that definitely is something that I noticed in superhero movies when I was a kid, and things that you see in ancient sculptures and statues. And yeah, like the closer that I do get to that image, the better I do feel about my physical body. And the happier I feel with the work that I've put in to actually be able to get closer and closer to that. And I don't think I'll ever reach this point where I'm like, oh yeah, okay, I'm satisfied, like I look exactly like what I've always wanted to look like. I don't think any of us ever reach that. And that's why you see people go into like professional bodybuilding and look like the Hulk and still are not satisfied. They're still could always put on a bit more delts or a bit more biceps or whatever. It's like you never truly reach the pinnacle, but I think that's what you need in life. And I think people in business will tell you the same thing. You never reach this pinnacle where you're satisfied. People in any industry, I think, will tell you the key to success and the key to being fulfilled in what you're doing is to never be satisfied, to never feel like you reach a summit, you reach a peak. You always want to be climbing and on the journey to the goal, because that is the exciting part. That's why 1 year later, after, fulfilling my ultimate goal of losing 65 pounds to get to sub 200 pounds at 199, that's why the journey has not stopped for me. I am shifting and pivoting my goals into something else. And now my goal is to look the best that I've ever looked in my life for this summer. Like when I was a kid, I always wanted to look ripped and jacked, like especially in the summer, to go to the beach and just be confident and, be confident with my shirt off in any scenario that would entail. And that will be my goal this summer, is to just, be in the best shape of my life, and just improve myself in every way possible. So yeah, that is where my thoughts are, guys. 1 year later, after starting my weight loss journey, I'm so glad again that I did decide to take the leap. And I'm so glad that I decided to commit myself to losing the weight, to bettering myself physically, mentally, emotionally, in every capacity. I'm a much better person than I was 1 year ago. And all I hope that this does is just motivates you guys. And all I hope that this does is just help pull you out of, a dark place if you find yourself in one. And, that doesn't have to be in terms of weight loss. Like if you're the opposite and you're just feel like you're really skinny and just really frail and weak, like, and you want to put on muscle, like do it, like take the steps. There's so much content out there on YouTube, whether it's from my channel or others, on how you can transform your body. Or whether it's, you're in a dark place emotionally or mentally, there's so much good resources out there that you can grasp, whether it's therapy or whether it's, YouTube videos on how to improve that stuff. Like everything you could ever need to help yourself and to improve is out there, guys. You just have to commit yourself, and just give yourself a year and just say, if I dedicate myself for 1 year and I don't see results after, then whatever, stop. But if you dedicate yourself to anything for 1 year and you truly, truly push the limits of your own capabilities, then I believe you'll make progress, and that you will look back 1 year later, as I'm doing now, and be so grateful that you started, because you wouldn't be able to imagine your life now if you hadn't done what you started 1 year ago. And that's exactly where I am today. I couldn't imagine not starting that weight loss journey 1 year ago, because it's truly changed my perception. It's truly changed my life. And it's a cliche, but the truest things in life are often cliches, because they need to be said so many times to get it through people's thick skulls who just think, oh, that's a cliche. No, it's real life. It's true. You set your mind to something, you accomplish it, it makes you a better person. And that's just how I feel, and that's what I've learned looking back 1 year later. Thank you guys so much for tuning into the video. I hope that you got some value from it. I hope that I was able to inspire you guys at least a little bit, just to, pick one thing in your life that you want to improve about yourself, and just go ahead full steam with that and dedicate yourself to a year of change and improvement. And if you guys got any value from this channel at all, please be sure to subscribe. I would really appreciate that, because I do put time and effort into these videos, in sharing my life experiences with you guys and sharing my journey. And be sure to comment down below any experiences that you guys want to share. I'd love to hear them, and I'd love to interact with you guys more on this channel. Thank you guys so much for watching, and stay tuned for the next one.